Hi guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to the channel after a couple of days. As you can hear from my voice, I was not here. I was unwell, and I'm after a couple of days break. I'm feeling a little bit better, but the sickness keeps coming back, the kidney problem and all that. So even if you have like one day of cheat day, a little bit of coffee and a little bit of a steak day, man, I regret it. So really plenty. I was not well at all. So like after a couple of days, I could get up, and then now let's do a review. I already have finished one review, which is Le Beau Le Parfum. Check that one out. And I'll be doing right now an office list for colder months, winter. Someone asked me, brother, can you put office list for winter? So this one, not like a 12 fragrances, 10 fragrances, less. Okay, less is more. And these are some of my favorite fragrances. One of them is like a couple of them are brand new, but more or less, most of them are with me for a very long time. So as I go, I'll let you know what they are in short. Check out my review on each. So winter time, you can use a little bit more spicy, darker. But in office, I would imagine in office you should not wear something offensive like heavy ouds, heavy booze. What happens? The other people may be a little bit bothered. Okay, so make sure you respect others' boundaries and then others' comfort, discomfort. Some of the places I know in Canada, I heard that if you wear too much cologne, you are not allowed to work. Okay, or if you don't wear deals, you're not allowed to work. So there are rules. Okay. Another thing I would say in office, try to make it smell like professional. Okay, something that smells sophisticated. And if you see these fragrances, not overly sweet, not overly spicy, but there's masculinity. You can still rock fragrances. First fragrance I'll show you is this one, Enigma Une or Une. I don't know. This is Fragrance World, and I got this like not so long ago, maybe last month. This is one of the best dupes of Dior Sauvage Elixir. If I had that fragrance, I would have shown you that one, and that would be like a really good choice. Sauvage Elixir is definitely one of the best fragrance released in recent times. Spicy, masculine barbershop. This one replicates that very well. But one thing you need to know: way cheaper, way cheaper, and this smells so good. When you smell this, people ask me if this is better a Khamra or some of the other ones. So far, my favorite is this one right now because of the smell. The bottle is not very impressive, but Enigma Un or Une, number 10, really good if you like Dior Sauvage Elixir. That's number 10. Number 9 is a fragrance. It's growing in my interest, but I cannot tell you yet because the winter hasn't started here. But I think this is through and through winter beauty. You can wear this so many places, like with a leather jacket, also, like outdoors, bike. I think this is the strongest performer from this house by far. It's called Hugo Boss Bottle Parfum. Okay. And if you look at the bottle, you can tell already this is a dark fragrance, and definitely there's leather in there. Leather, I think sandalwood, and it's less sweet, bit spicy, dark, kind of like a masculine fragrance. I put it on like one night. I went to sleep. Next morning, I woke up. I could detect it on my skin, which is like 8 hours later. 7 8 hours later, if I can smell it on my skin, this stuff lasts. Okay, one of the best leather fragrance in recent times. You can wear it. Just go easy with the trigger. Couple of sprays that will be good for the office. If you do 4 5, then don't bother. Don't even think about it. Boss bottled Parfum. So number 8 is a old fragrance. This is one of my trusted buddies for all year round. Perhaps the only fresh fragrance in this list, but also could be a little bit dark. It has this earthy patchouli orange vetiver combo, which is called Terre d'Hermes. Terre d'Hermes is such a great fragrance, such a great classic. If I have some 200 ml bottles, this is one thing I'm proud of, like VPH, Dylan Blue, Oh Menu Fresh. I get always 200 mls. This one is so good. This fragrance is so impressive. Some of the other ones, flankers, they're also good, but I think in the end, everybody would agree. Terre d'Hermes original is the OG. You get this beautiful opening, zesty, little bit bitter orange, and then you slowly get into that vetiver and also earthiness. What do I mean by earthiness? Is that the dry down is kind of like smells like nature when it rains. Hermes does that very very well. Check it out, Hermes. If you haven't got it, try to get it. This is one of the best fragrances, like all purpose and signature scent worthy. Number 7 is a fragrance I got this year, and I'm so in love with this perfume. It's so impressive. I do have the original of it, which is MIyake house, but this is called Nuit Parfum. Okay, already a couple of perfumes popped in this list. Now the Hugo Boss and this one. You can see the bottle. What do you get impression of when you see this fragrance? It's gonna be dark, right? So definitely nighttime. Like let's say when you're walking back from your work, you'll smell that far dry down. End of the day. This is again like a smoky, spicy leather fragrance. I just love it. These lines, dark lines of Issey, they're so good. They are so different than others. Some of them, like are, I would say, all the dark ones are collection worthy. The Awe incense, I did not really feel that was my like mojo. But Nuit is a perfume. It's so sophisticated. If you like fragrance like Dior perfume, the sophistication of that. This is definitely like in, and that's a kind of family. I just think this is super underrated. Nuit is a perfume. I hope they did not discontinue this. Number 6 is gonna be another dark fragrance, Mancera Black Gold. I was in love with this since I started my Mancera journey. My fragrance guru, like for Mancera, is Eric, Centrifugal Force. This guy has put me to this house and he has everything from Mancera. And there was a time, I watch, then I went past him buying Mancera fragrance and doing reviews. I think I have more Mancera reviews than my guru now. But for Mancera, he's the man. I have to tell you, the way he describes each Mancera, this one popped in is number 1. He made this one, and I think even Mark once made this number 1 Mancera Black Gold, which is so good. I can tell you, this is sophisticated leather, fresh scent. You can wear this all year round, but winter it will be great winter office fragrance. Okay, Black Gold. This is a very underrated one. Now top 5. Let's go a niche. I don't know if this is niche. I don't know, but as far as I know, it was, but could be wrong as well. This is called Costume National Soul. Okay, those who used it, those who use this house, they know how good this house is. Beast, mode, longevity. This one, I get different things different times. I sometimes feel this fragrance has so much spice, at the same time some leather, and I feel even at point there's oud, but not really super oud. It is in the borderline east when it meets east, kind of like a Middle Eastern vibe going on, but at the same time you get some sweetness from the vanilla. And I think the cardamom makes the star of the show. If you like spicy fragrances, man, if you like fragrance like La Nuit de l'Homme, MIyake Noir Amber, you should try it. Amazing perfume. And this super beast mode, easy on the trigger. Costume National Soul. Okay. So number 4, I love Prada. And this is the only Prada I put this in this list, because Prada is king of fresh fragrances and office perfume because they're fresh and clean. But when it comes to winter, I always loved Prada L'Homme Intense. Sadly, my bottle was finished. I could never find a backup. I wish I could find, but the prices are crazy. Prada L'Homme Intense is so good. It's just so much masculine than Prada L'Homme and lasts forever, that iris leather combo and patchouli. But since that's discontinued, I have another one which is discontinued but can be had for decent pricing, which is called Prada Amber Purom Intense. This fragrance, when I got it first, I did not get it. What I mean by that, I did not understand what's this fragrance trying to do, what it's actually giving me. Because when you wear the fragrance in summer, hot weather, this will disappear very quickly. Second thing, this fragrance will not make sense. Like, what is it trying to do? Because this is a cold weather fragrance. This one is really long lasting. And if you're wearing this in colder months, it will last very decent time. Not as much as Prada Amber, but such a nice black soap smell. Okay, Coach Rob 619 described it. He said, this is a black soap smell. I never smelled it, but I could imagine something soapy, but yet dark. Very interesting fragrance, similar to Tom Ford Noir, if you can try that. But this is, I think, much nicer and complex. Prada Amber Purom Intense. Top 3 are going to be special. I promise. These are some of my best fragrances. Number 1 is going to shock you a little bit, but I'll tell you why it's number 1. But number 3 is Versace Oud Noir. Do I need to praise this fragrance more? People who have it, they know. They know. This is one of the niche style fragrance Versace made. Perhaps one of the best. Versace Man and this, two of their genuinely. This one I think is derived from Versace Man, but I could be wrong. This one is oud, like a woody, spicy smell like Creed's Royal Oud. But the Versace Man goes to Dreamy Tobacco. Both of them are must-haves. Both of them 10. This is long-lasting on me, but some people say they get spotty. Wear it for a few days, then decide. Do not just do one wearing. Such a beautiful, elegant fragrance. Versace is expensive, but great release. Okay, Versace Oud Noir is discontinued. Get it when you can, while you can. Number 2, this like essentially was gonna be my number 1, but I made it number 2 because number 1, I just want to hype it up a little bit because that one is good. But this actually, I'll tell you, the scent profile wise, better than number 1, definitely. Why is number 2? Because this is discontinued and a little bit more pricey. This is Paco Rabanne 1 million Prive. Those who have used it, those who have tried it, they know. I compared this with pure heaven like fragrances, Naxos or 1821 Sweet Tobacco Spirit. that good. This is in that league. Sweet cherry tobacco with a sophistication, like got this hookah tobacco note, a little bit smoky. Man, if this line 1 million needs something sophisticated, this is it. Okay, I love the whole line. Okay, it's one of my favorite lines. But Prive, I wish they had like a 200 ml. I never seen 200 ml of it. Perhaps it was just released in 100 ml and 50. So why would you get it? Beautiful. This hands down is one of the most beautiful, sexy. Let me just put on a little bit. Just want to remind myself because I'm going to wear this in winter. Okay, I know how it smells, but sometimes you just want to spray. Mm-hmm. Definitely pure Havana vibes, but a lot more sweeter, less bitter. And it's just a masterpiece. 1 million previous. Those who tried it, they know. Try to get a bottle of it before it's totally gone. So good. Okay, so what's number one? What am I hyping up so much? This is a fragrance release of recent years. And the thing is, I would usually say fragrances like Acqua Profumo is great for winter. It has spices, more masculine, long lasting. But this one is gone. The new version is also gone. So they released something new. And that one replaced this. They made it rounder and less spicy, but longer lasting, more oil. And I reviewed it a few days back, which is this one, Acqua Parfum or Parfum. And this is my number one today. Hyping it up a little bit for a reason. This is not entirely a fresh fragrance. This is more spicy than fresh. And there are some notes added to this, which doesn't really make it so different than Acqua Profumo. If you could get a Profumo now, it would be more expensive than this brand new release. That's why this is something I'm suggesting. And this is pre-reformulated. This is like original formulation. Later, after 2 years, it will be reformulated or something like it, if not also discontinued. Try this one out, and I think I've been wearing it more and more. I wear it, I see why people like it so much. It has excellent sillage, excellent longevity, and I think sophistication at best. It smells very luxurious and like it's a designer perfume, but when people smell it on you, or I smell it on me, it smells more posh than something like Dior Sauvage or Bleu de Chanel, or as posh as Bleu de Chanel or YSL YDP. That's the beauty of this fragrance. This is one of the top tier designer, fresh, dark, spicy fragrance at this moment you can get, but it's very expensive. So try to get a deal, and this will be a fantastic. This is the most professional smelling in this list for office. So that's the list. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, let me know which ones are your favorite and which one else you wear in your cool days of office. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Stay well. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.